On our very first episode, we have Mr. Amitesh Kumar as our guest. He comes with about 20 years, 2 decades of experience in the hospitality industry and is currently working as the Director of Operations at the Feathers Hotel, Chennai. Welcome, Mr. Kumar. We are very excited to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to understand what are some shifts in the consumer behavior that you have noticed over these years.
If we talk about industry which has evolved over a period of time compared to when we started off and now, during our time, man parts and all were really readily available and those were the skill mindset.
Yeah.
Well, when you talk about the biggest challenge industry is facing is not about the customer because post-COVID, the business has been booming for hospitality industry, especially if you talk about tier one, tier two, tier three city, everywhere industry has seen a boom of about 30 to 35%. But when it comes to attrition, it's all-time high. All-time high as if, you know, every hotel, you talk to any hotel, you talk to any domain, they all are struggling with the manpower. And especially today's generation is called Gen Z. When you talk about Gen Zs, their,
Yeah.
their, their patience level is on toss. They don't have that kind of patience level. Neither they have that willingness to learn and grow. So that's one of the things. When we talk about other thing which has evolved over a period of time is, of course, technology. The prime role goes to AI. Now everyone has Chat GPT into their mobile. You ask a question, they will immediately get best of that answer. Then even the dining pattern has changed over a period of time. Earlier, I remember when we were there, we used to talk about Norwegian salmon. We used to talk about New Zealand lamb wrap. Now, current trend, if you look at, it's more of a local, it's more of a green, it's more of a vegan. Well, people have started giving more importance to the local delicacies and cuisine as compared to global international dishes and everything, especially when we talk about Indian
Yeah.
continent. Even if you talk about, I don't recall during my time, there is to be any vacation and all. There wasn't any vacation. You travel purely for walk and come back. Now, rather than staying into their home, people prefer to stay in a hotel, go
Yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
work, yeah, log into their credential, do all the work, and come back to kind of home.
Yeah.
Then even buy leisure is another table which has increased. Buy leisure is all about business and leisure combining together. Earlier, travel, it means either for a business or for
Mhm.
work or for leisure. These all three
Yeah.
things were kept separately. Now everything is kind of evolving and merging with each other. So buy leisure is another change, which is if you talk about Indian market, Airbnb couple of years back, no one has heard of it. Now you go to tier three city also, they are aware of it.
You mentioned high attrition rate in the recent times in the hospitality industry and a lot of labor shortage as well. So that is one, challenge that the industry currently is facing. What other challenges do you think the industry is facing today, hospitality industry?
There are multiple changes and challenges. If you talk about industry challenges, one is, of course, we have talked about shortage of quality manpower. Second, the cost of living has gone all-time high. So when you walk with, especially with the industry, when you work in hotel industry, you get to see all the polished guests throughout the day. Unknowingly, you start living their life. So when you go for buying some clothes, you go for any sort of shopping and everything, you always look for certain brand and everything. That is one.
Yeah, 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 that's true.
Second, when it comes to kind of salary and other perks, everything, it has grown up, but it has not grown up to that extent when it can fulfill all your aspiration and everything when it comes to this. Then new technology. Now we all talk about technology. We talk about implementation, adaptation, and everything. But everything comes at a price. No, everyone cannot afford it.
That's true.
When it comes to a single touch screen, it costs about 2.5 lakh. If you need a multiple and then you need somewhere dedicated for your internet engineering team who can look after it, we call it IT, information technology. And then you'll be needing kind of a multiple tool to handle it. Nowadays there are a couple of things. It has been there for always. One is called CSR. It's a corporate social responsibility, what we do, and environmental practice, friendly practices, what we do. But when it comes to CSR, how serious we are and what are we doing about it? That is one. Second, uh, hotel, like, kind of, we every hotel has about, 100 plus guest footfall every day. A larger hotel has about, 500 to 1000. So hotel actually can play a vital role in terms of their environmental practices and all, especially reducing that plastic, paper,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yeah, oil, and then, even their whatever the food waste and other sort of thing, they could have an in-house their biocompust machine and everything. It is not there with every hotel. So that's another challenge. Kind of, you walk through the hotel, you go through the side and corridor. If the hotel is well kept, you will have a good. Otherwise, you will have that foul smell all across. So that's another challenge for it.
So, so Mr. Kumar, you have been very vocal about investing in emerging technologies. You have been very vocal about the value that technology adds. You mentioned a couple of challenges with when it comes to the price and affordability of technology, but in an ideal world, if technology were, readily accessible and affordable for everyone, what role would you think, technology and automation would play in that case?
Now, kind of, in today's world, you can't do away with technology. So when it comes to technology and everything, it is needed more than ever,
Yeah.
because the digital world is more important in today's scenario as compared to your physical world. And when it comes to the hotel and all, I mean, there has been several things which has been taken in place. One, latest technology is keyless entry. One, earlier there used to be a physical card which is to be given to the guest. One, you go, you do it through infrared or touch, and then you get into your room.
Yeah.
Now the key card is your mobile. So your mobile is a key card. So it's absolute personalization when, kind of, that's your room. It assures you about the safety and everything of that room. And you are the only one who has access to your room. Then it also helps, if you have stayed with us in the past, I don't have to use my brain. I don't have to go through all the paperwork. One click, I will get everything. What is your like? What is your dislike? What you prefer to? And
Yeah.
accordingly, we can personalize everything. Nowadays, even this 3D, if you talk about the VR, so-called the virtual reality,
Yeah.
metaverse and all that sort of thing is already into, kind of trend. One, this virtual reality hotel is using it, or most of the hotels are using rather, to give you a real-time feel of how the hotel looks like, what all facilities we have. If you have to give that unique and, kind of delightful experience to the guests, you will have to embrace these changes. If you don't adapt to the technology, if you don't embrace the changes, you can't grow.
Very true. Yeah.
You'll be left out. You'll be left out. Your competitors would go far ahead before you even realize they would be out of your reach. You would know where they're into the league. That's all from my end. It was really great talking to you, and I am grateful to you and your AlphaBot for giving me this
Thank
opportunity.
you so much. We are extremely lucky that you agreed to be the first guest on our talk show. And we actually wanted to start with hospitality industry, and we wanted to bring in a leader from the industry who could share, insights. And you have been amazing. You have shared a lot of insights, a lot of knowledge as well. And I'm sure people will enjoy watching you talk. So thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making me feel important. Good day.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Have a good day.